Hi, I'm Philip and I'm one of the coordinators for the Boston Game Jam, this is Singapore MIT Campus Game Lab. One slightly different thing that we're doing over here is that we chase everybody out of the lab at midnight, and everyone comes back in around 8 or 9 in the morning.
Here's our webcam. It's been streaming on the Global Game Jam website as long as people have been working in this room. And yeah, this is just one of 3 rooms with development teams in them, and there's also a 4th room with just the audio developers. And of course there's a room with food. Just give you a sense, this was a room with a webcam in it. This goes down the corridor, and here's the 3rd team room.
The game is about the Earth, and you are floating above it. And you are able to paint clouds and land formations and create air currents. And the purpose of the game is to simply watch what you can create. And the goal of the game is to make that an enjoyable enough process that people will want to do that.
I'm working on the Planet game, and we're starting to make some progress, more than I actually expected. I was really worried about our scope, but we seem to be having procedural clouds moving around, sort of, and some generated land. So I'm kind of hopeful at the moment, although I was a little bit skeptical a little while ago.
The creation of the actual art in the game is half of it, and everything you create is also given back to the user auditorily. The music reacts to everything you create in the game, and hopefully it will be a complete sensory experience that people will want to keep playing over and over again.
Our game is about an alien infestation of a colorful rocket ship. And you're invaded by 2 types of aliens, ones that are land-based and kind of hopping around, and other ones that are tend to rise. So some tend to fall, some tend to rise. And then your only defense is to carefully rotate your ship so that the aliens are kept away from the heart of the ship, which I just failed at, and that part is kept safe. And then you try to kind of expel them out the airlocks just by letting them drop out. And so it's keeping up with the theme of 120 beats per minute. You can see you kind of plug in when you want to spin, and then not until the timer goes down, and it's going to be synchronized with the music, does it actually rotate.
This is the audio team. Hi.
The point of our game is to keep people alive and keep them eating. We're doing this by having groups of guys that are going to fly around, and you have to put them together to form larger groups so that they can eat more efficiently, because food is a scarce resource. If you just leave them all on their own, they're going to eat up all the food as quickly as possible. So when you bring them into groups, they eat more efficiently. The problem is the groups are unstable. As they get bigger and bigger and bigger, the groups will just they'll fall apart and explode on you. And that's basically the idea.
This is the wall of ideas where everybody put up index cards describing each of the game ideas, and you can see names of people who've decided to sign on various teams. That's how we picked it. We picked it out. It's pretty organic. A little bit of peer pressure if you're the only one on the team, but this is how we formed the teams.
Hi, I'm Will Jennings. Move Mouths Fulfill Destiny is a game about being a farmer and growing old. Your friends can come over and they might like to dance or to eat or to talk, and you get to hang out with them, and you get to tend your plants and decide how your buildings are going to be maintained.
It's in the evening of the 2nd day of the Game Jam, and it's actually a pretty interesting experience because I did video jams before, and people get very tired, very grumpy, and very worn out, and it was such a wonderful experience here to see that motivation stayed so long and that everybody seems to be having fun. And I really enjoyed it very much, and I hope we can do this again.
It's a puzzle game that's very much based on the fact that you have to be in time with the beat in order to play, and then we're sort of trying out both like single player and multiplayer versions of that.
Yeah, I'll just get it.
So our game is porcupine and balloon are friends, and we're essentially trying to cause the player to go through a maze and avoid the balloon or the porcupine for as long as they can until they're finally brought together for a climactic finish.